Hold on 1 second. What's up,
Testing
buddy?
YouTube. Oh, we're live.
Mm-hmm. Why?
What happened? Mr. Roboto.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
All
My
right.
bad then.
Back.
Yep, we are.
Joe's
we are.
really fine.
Occasionally yell at my dog Lily to shut the hell up because she's been barking at random stuff outside the front window.
Sir, you shouldn't be yelling at your dog, period. How about them apples?
I mean, you're not wrong. Wait, what the? Oh, I'm not. Yeah, so Xbox Live is shitting the bed.
Joe.
You were cutting in and out. Okay, you're cutting in and out for me, or maybe it's me.
God damn it. I don't know.
There you go. You sound better now.
It's just you're getting all robot-y.
Like 1 second you're robot-y, and the next
my fucking connection is being shit for whatever goddamn reason. I don't know. It just is.
What do you have? Spectrum, AT&T, or what?
Spectrum, but I'm using AT&T right now. So it
that's why.
Worst case, Spectrum could be trying to fraud your net.
It's not. I'm not using Spectrum is the thing.
No, I was saying they could be trying to fraud your. Wait,
no,
they don't do that anymore.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that's the reason why, because you're not using Spectrum, you're using AT&T.
Okay.
AT&T is really spotty as fuck.
I'm still in the yellow here. You guys are green, so I don't know if I'm still running out or not.
I had to
No, you sound better now.
Reopen some shit because what am I saying? I had to reopen shit because close and reopen shit because I was getting a big slow, and I tried to install a certain one of my games here on Steam, and then I realized my C drive is actually a lot smaller than my other computer was.
Until the end of it, where
I figured now use
my
I'm
gonna decide to be late and make me not want to go to work tomorrow.
Humanity's kind of fucked right now anyway. So what's the problem of why bother committing more to capitalism? Am I right?
Oh, it's called you fucking around with my money. It's a different story. I don't pay that fucking game.
Yeah, I was just using more
Joe was just trying to be more of a sarcastic asshole. That's what that was.
Pay well, no more than usual.
Good sir.
Joe.
No more than usual.
My bad.
It's kind of one way to cope with all the madness that's in my life.
It'll be okay, Joe. Just live it one day at a time, my friend. One day at a time. And try not to smoke too much cigarettes.
But I mean, I don't, so I don't have that problem.
Oh, yay. Connection issues again. Fun times. Looks like one of your streams is having connection issues. Stand by while we try to restore the connection. Well, it says we're still live, so I don't know.
Fuck. Oh, I couldn't move my mic in time to mute it.
You're good.
I was trying to make
I don't give a shit about. No, I get it. I know what you're trying to do.
I was trying to be funny, be like fuck, and then just And just
Joe,
cut
you
it.
don't have to read it like 15 times. We know what the joke was.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Not being a
So-
dick about it.
Yeah, so Shadow like came in like a few minutes just as you were getting off.
I would say I'm shocked, but I'm not. So
He's doing all right.
that's good.
Well,
At least he's doing
what
okay.
I was told by him that he was following a different path, so a different path. So I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I hope your path brings you glory.
He kind of gave his own
Mhm.
reasons why he's not in the Discord, but I don't blame him.
I didn't go past the whole. I'm following my own path thing with him. So yeah.
Yeah. What fucking image am I gonna use from the new trailer? I don't know.
Depends on the trailer. For what?
Jurassic World 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck it is.
3, 4.
I don't know. Are we gonna
I'm
be
talking
done
about the
after
trailer too. Yes, we're supposed to be done
Oh.
after this.
This?
So
I mean, I don't mind dinosaurs, but
it's starting to get to be too much, and also they're getting really stupid. So I will agree on that. Here's
Probably
my
a
thing.
Jurassic
They're
Park
slowly
was-
winning me over with the marketing. Just because we're getting screen accurate dinos, we're getting a whole bunch of shit, and I'm like, okay, well, you have my curiosity. However, like you'll get my ticket. I'm not saying you won't, but still,
I didn't even watch the second Jurassic World movie yet.
I only saw the first one, and that was on a streaming service, and that's it.
Hey, I'm laughing hysterically at myself.
Here's the thing: is it's not the worst fucking movie I've seen. Like that's hands
It's
down
not.
not. It's not the worst. It is not that great though.
True.
And that's the only problem I have. Is it's not a good movie. I don't like it. The ending beyond pisses me off. Just with what they do with it, what they do with the particular character. It's beyond fucking stupid. It gets really fucking stupid really quick, and that's my only problem I have with it.
My problem with it is that our whole problem with it, the whole Jurassic thing is better. I thought they finished up with the movies with the last ones they made in 1990s, the 90s.
90s and early 2000s, yeah, and then Warner
Yeah.
and then Universal was like, oh yeah, we have this old IP, reboot that shit, and so they did.
And they did really good. I thought they did good with the actor and stuff.
With the first one,
okay.
yeah.
The first one. Here's the thing: the
was
first
like,
Jurassic
okay.
World. Here's what I'm gonna tell you: the first Jurassic World
It's good.
has hands down one of the best climaxes in Jurassic Park movies since the original. I will give it that. Here's where I don't give it anything else. It's beyond fucking stupid. It's not a good movie. I mean, it's just the climax is so fucking awesome. It's like, oh, all right then. But then
That's what
beyond
brings it together. It's the fucking climax.
yep.
That and plus we get to see the iconic T-Rex.
Yeah, the motherfucking T-Rex versus Coke 2.
Yeah.
And then the T-Rex got his ass handed to it and tore it apart.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All
not
right,
really.
Lewis is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Lewis.
Hey, Louis who? Is he in the live with us, or is he on the?
No, he's in live.
Yeah, right here. I just have a video where I just looking at a showcase of all the ships in Lego Star Wars.
He's here. I don't know if he's muted himself or not.
Probably.
Don't know.
Oh,
Whoever took a big ass breath in, why I don't know.
Joe sometimes forgets to breathe.
I forget to hydrate too. Believe it. Scary
I
enough.
was like, Joe, breathe, homie, breathe.
Mm. Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard Joe do that, though. Like, I mean,
I just did it like I'm just gonna pretend I'm gonna scream or yell, and it just
oh, so you were going to attempt to do a joke and then gave up about halfway through it. Okay.
I mean, that's what the joke is. Like, I'm just like, you think I'm gonna scream or yell something, and then I'm just like,
I just thought you forgot to breathe again, honestly. I'm not even going to lie.
sometimes I do that while I'm exercising. Sometimes, and that is scary.
Oh, that's downright terrifying. I'm right there with you. I found
Y'all
out
hear
one
me?
of my coworkers doesn't. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Go ahead.
But go ahead,
He's
like
a
you were
little
saying, you
robot-y.
found out your coworker. Yeah.
You're saying your coworker.
Oh yeah, my coworker basically, when she's in pain, sometimes she forgets to breathe, or she tries to hold her breath.
Why? It wouldn't make no sense.
Don't know.
Maybe she's following the Jurassic Park rules of survival, where if you don't breathe, the T-Rex can't get you.
That's not if you don't breathe. It's more
You don't move type of shit.
mhm. Okay, so we are going to talk about Daniel Radcliffe's first image as Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, I saw an image. I saw a picture of God, what is her fucking name? The chick who fell in love with Thor in the first movie.
Natalie Portman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now Natalie Portman in the Thor Thor costume.
Oh, in the Lady Thor costume.
Yeah,
Cool.
she does look half bad actually. Looks pretty good.
No, she bulked up, but I mean, like not to that extent, not to the extent that
Kind of
they
like
did.
Gina Carano, kind of like levels of.
No, like no. Like she bulked up. I'm not saying she did. I mean, don't get me wrong. Natalie Portman was
You can see
definitely
it too.
scrawny little. You can see her bulk up, but not to the extent that the trailer showed. What the trailer showed is obviously some CGI because here's the thing: is
Or a
go.
fucking or a muscle outfit.
Well, no, like Marvel's notorious for doing muscle enhancement. It's
They don't
what
need
it
to do
is
that with
is
Ryan Reynolds.
well, no, they don't. There's certain like most of their male actors they don't have to. Like the last person they did it with was Tom Holland because like
Little
there's
boy.
certain shots. I mean, he's built obviously. He's like the lean muscle, and they want him to have a little bit more muscle as Spider-Man suits, so they puffed up his arms a little bit. So yeah.
Gotta say, when I first saw her in the episode in Revenge of the Sith and one of the Star Wars prequels, I thought Portman was.
I thought Portland was cool.
I give her a 7.
I thought Portland was cool in the Star Wars thing.
Oh, I
And
agree.
then she fell off for a little bit because I didn't see her in any really other movies. Well, movies I
She
think
did
I
fall
like.
off for a little bit, yeah.
She did Black Swan, which I heard was interesting, but I never watched it.
Black Swan
Here's
was
the thing
okay.
about Black Swan, Joe. It's an art house flick.
Oh, well, I mean, like, interesting, like, it was like, people talked about it. Wait, what do you mean art house?
Like, it's an indie flick. It's a very weird movie.
And for it being an indie flick.
Hey,
It was pretty
Lewis,
good.
I'm going to turn you down, like, way the fuck down. Whoever's yelling in the background, it not only is your audio kind of cutting in and out, it's very loud and it's very echoey.
Yeah.
I'm only to stab somebody for no reason. All right, just
All right, well,
discard that.
I'm going to mute up.
Part.
Here's the thing. I'm going to meet up. I'm going to call Seth real quick. I'm going to see if he's still going to show up.
All right.
He did tell me the story, what happened with him and that one Mexican chick.
What did happen with
Well,
that?
we're not going to get onto that while we're live. I think you guys are forgetting that we are live.
I'll just...
That's bad.
No, I won't say. I'll just tell you, it's pretty nasty.
All right. So we are not getting into that.
So we're not getting into that.
I'm just
We're gonna
saying,
shut the
like,
fuck up and talk
Yeah.
about something else. Okay.
did you get a new haircut?
Okay. Shut up, Joe. I'll be right
Oh.
back.
No, I was legit asking for real.
No, Joe, I haven't gotten a haircut in months, and I'm wanting to, but I don't have the money for it right now. I will be back.
Shit, I barely got money for my own soul. Gotta
That
have
does.
it.
You're barely getting money for your own soul. I don't know what to tell you.
Just default on my payments.
Am I sounding? Am I still sounding echoey?
You're sounding in and out.
Yeah, it's because of the mic that I'm using.
What mic are you using?
My Beat headphones, my Boss headphones or whatever. That's using Bluetooth.
Oh, that's why.
I'm wondering if I take it off and just use.
All right, hold on. What's going on with this game? I'm getting murdered up the ass.
How about now? I'm better.
Kind of rough still, but
It sounds okay.
Well, I'm using my 4G or my 5G, so because I'm using my phone.
my
Yeah,
internet was
because I'm
like
not
killing itself
at
yesterday.
a family event. Just to kind of I had some time to kind of set aside so that way I can at least be a part of it for a little bit. That's if my friend
Yeah.
shows up.
So, funny story.
No sex.
No, not necessarily. More along the lines of he's busy in the highest degree that a man can be right now. So yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I read you.
You called him and
Yeah.
he answered in the middle of that? Wow.
No. I called him. He immediately hung up, and then I asked, "Are you busy?" And he texted me what he was doing, and I said, okay, well, join in when you can, and be safe." Is essentially what I told him. I'm gonna keep it vague here, but
I know what you're talking about.
We also
we all know, Joe. I didn't make it that big.
You know, I gotta give him props. At least he responded.
Oh, I'll give him.
You should never.
You should never.
You should never respond while you're in the middle of doing that.
At least,
Yeah.
at least we can all give him. We can also have it pray within our hearts that he's given it his all.
We're not going to get into that, Joe. Why? Because I do not want to know.
He shouldn't. If he would have answered, I would have felt bad for the chick. Like,
I would have felt awful. Like, hey, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I do feel bad for interrupting him. I just told him, like, hey, at least he texted and he's like, hey,
kind of busy.
Yep. And so, credit where credit is due, my good sir.
If my luck ever gets better, I'll just put on some Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gates. It's not Marvin Gaye. It's Marvin Gates.
Anyways, Joe.
Yeah, you know what I'm fucking talking about.
Can we just
No, we know who you're fucking talking about. Anyways, Lewis, what is going on with your friend Megan or Mary? What is it, Mary?
Yeah, she's. I think she's still at work, so I just sent her the link and instructions. I texted her, so if she joins, she joins. If not, oh well. It's not a big deal.
Sounds good to me. We're gonna go ahead and get her. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. 10 minutes early. I got work early in the morning.
Megan, is that new person that joined recently? Is that the person we're talking about?
Megabyte Megan, yeah. Or Mary.
Yeah.
Mary, Megabyte Mary, yeah. Anyways, hello everyone and welcome to Snodacast episode 19. I'm your host, Blackshaw56, and I'm of course joined by Gallows. And I'm of course joined by Gallows.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm also joined by Joe, who refuses to use a camera. Joe.
Look, I'll buy one soon.
Everyone
else
Lewis and of course Lewis for however long he is going to be joining with us.
I'm using my phone, Joe, so this shouldn't be an excuse.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No, I'm
Really
not saying
shouldn't be
there is
because
an
I'm
excuse.
using
I'm
my
just
fucking
saying.
phone too.
I mean, Gallows always uses his phone, though. That's the thing.
There you go.
Alrighty then. Well, we can't have any normal episode of the podcast without asking the age-old question of weekly updates. So I gotta ask, how's everybody's week? Gallows?
Work, basically. That's all I can really say. He's been busy with work.
Fair enough. All right, Joe.
Well, for those that don't already know, I was at a speed dating gig Monday night, and really hope I match with this really, really cute redhead.
Wish you the best of luck with the redhead. Anyways,
And she has
that's all I'm gonna say.
the name, which is actually the last name of a 1980s protagonist from a movie.
That is way too vague for me to even try to guess, but I'm not going to. Good luck, Joe. I wish you the best of luck. All right, Lewis, how's your week, buddy?
I appreciate it.
It's good. I'm making it short and sweet because there's about to be more noise. So
No, you're good. My week was okay. I actually, my transfer actually went through as of today. So
Oh, nice.
as of the 15th, I will no longer be working at my current location. I will be moving to a new one. And
Double the sauce.
it was an awkward conversation with my GM this morning. She played dumb to the idea that I was even transferring or that she even knew about it, which she did. So yeah, that was fun. Other than that, so of course I played equally as dumb. I did not tell her the real reason why I'm transferring. I said, "Oh, it's closer to my house," which is total bullshit. And we went from there. So to each their own. Beyond that, we still kept it. I kept it relatively professional and
You can't
still
really do
work.
that.
I mean, there's nothing else I could do. I mean, it's not like I was trying not to make a scene, is why I played dumb.
I'd be less semi-professional in my mind. Be like, catch you later, fuckers.
Oh well,
Nah,
no,
you
my
don't
last
ever
day
gotta leave
is
on
next
nothing like that.
Sunday.
I
Not
mean,
this upcoming Sunday. I'm not. I'm still working this upcoming Sunday. But it's literally the Sunday after is my final day. I'm out of there, and then from
still
there I
gotta
can
make some
start working.
bread and
Well,
chicken.
yeah, I will fucking murder you. Anyways, so beyond that, I had fun last night. I managed to snag a final ticket or a last minute ticket to go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness as of yesterday. So that
hey,
was nice.
You lucky son of a bitch.
It was pretty good. I would recommend seeing this on the biggest screen possible. I, for one, managed to snag an IMAX 3D ticket.
Of course you
nah,
fucking would.
Nice,
A
nice.
buddy of mine had one, and he's like, "I can't make this. Please
Seth. It
enjoy
was
it."
Seth.
No,
Or
Seth and I already have plans to go see it Wednesday. It was not Seth. It was another buddy of mine. He and I we talk movies on the side, but he's told me he doesn't like being on here all too often. He doesn't like really like making appearances. He usually just likes talking face to face. He doesn't like this kind of idea of having, all this fun jazz. And speaking of which, because I've forgotten about it for the last freaking couple of episodes, music for once.
Oh, we're able to have music? Oh, yeah, that's right.
We've been able to have music. Yeah, I just keep forgetting about it.
trailer? How was the trailer? How was the Avatar trailer? Huh?
Oh, okay. So the Avatar trailer, cool enough. If you do go see this in any other format, like if it's in 3D or something along those lines, they'll play the regular trailers, and then I was able to see the Avatar 2 trailer in IMAX and 3D, like the actual freaking format. So that was really freaking cool to see because it really does. This trailer, not the heaviest in dialogue, and I'm still fairly nervous about this movie, but you've already bought my IMAX 3D ticket. You've already guaranteed it. Because whether this movie sucks ass or not, I am going to see this movie
Visually,
in
you're gonna
IMAX
do it.
in 3D. I'm going to see it regardless, whether or not it's good or not.
What
I
we're gonna do-
mean, and then I can complain or rejoice either way.
Bash on it.
I have my problems, obviously, with the first movie. Nothing on a visual scale. On a visual scale, the first movie still holds up on a terrific amount. There's a few shots in there that don't hold up very well, but like anything when it comes to full CGI, 100% handled well. There's a few shots in the original one that's like there's some obvious like soundstage green screen stuff that they did. I'm like, okay, but I gave it a pass because it's mostly with like scale and humans. It's like, doesn't look that great, especially in the background. If it's in the background, they almost look like they're floating. But that's just me. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to this movie just to see what Cameron has brought to the table. New. There's not much that really took my breath away in this trailer. Obviously, it was. I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely immersive. That was very nice. There's not a lot of dialogue, oddly enough, in this trailer. It's mostly a visual and musical trailer. And that's all fine and dandy. I'm actually super pumped to see more of this, but I'm interested. I will say that I am thoroughly interested. Beyond that, we're gonna go ahead and go into our now showing. Well, now showing actually does pause our music and
I wish
mute
there
our
was
mics.
more sound to put in there.
Yeah, it does mute our music and pause our mics, unfortunately. But anyways, this week for Now Showing, we have, of course, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And I already have my thoughts on this movie. There are a few things that I'm not a big fan of that they do in this movie, primarily doing with how much of the multiverse we see. We don't see much. It's mostly in a montage. That's about as much spoilers as I'm going to give out here. And it is fun. It's cool to see. But beyond that, there's a few things in here I'm like, okay, I'm actually thoroughly impressed that you managed to get away with that in the PG-13. There's definitely some horror vibes in this, and I agree. If you have a little kid, there's some shit in there that'll scar them, and I'm all for it. Bring them to it. I don't care.
Fuck yeah, I would bring you
Bring
to
on
it.
the therapy pills.
You're just like,
Yeah,
F
bring
them
on the
kids,
therapy.
man.
Bring on the therapy, motherfuckers. But, beyond that,
Psychological war crimes.
yeah. But, beyond that, it's just there's some stuff in here I'm actually thoroughly impressed. I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that you managed to do that. I love that Sam Raimi embraced his horror vibes again. There's some stuff I'm like, damn, that looks directly out of Evil Dead. Like there's some camera work and stuff. And yes, for all of you that are wondering, there is a Bruce Campbell cameo. And it is pretty funny, I will agree. But
Who the fuck is Bruce
It'd be
Campbell?
crying if he wasn't appearing.
Ash Williams
His dick?
from Evil Dead.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah.
The guy who made the 90s great.
Ah,
lot of
the
there's
90s,
there's a
some
whole lot
80s.
of movies
Well,
that made the 90s great
yeah.
in that time period. So, I mean, we can't just really say Evil Dead did that.
The decade of Nicolas Cage and Bruce Campbell was the 90s.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's really not just one person who did it. There's multiple.
Exactly. All right. Well,
They do
you
got
guys
some
have any
groovy
thoughts,
music.
comments, concerns going into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? Now, Joe, I know you're seeing it tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
I will see
I don't know
sometime
what
next
time
week.
though.
Probably. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, and I'm not going to come into any conclusive I'm not going to come up with like whether I love or hate this movie until I see it one more time. Just because I there's some stuff in here I still haven't really fully settled down on, and I need to see it one more time in order to get my true opinion on it. So after Wednesday, probably next episode of the podcast, I will let you guys know what my thought process was, and we'll go from there. Lewis, you got any thoughts, comments, concerns on this?
Really nothing but the same. I don't know, from what you said, from your opinions watching it, and from everybody else's perspective, all I heard was nothing but praise for this movie, so Well, thank
I definitely have my issues with it. I'm not saying there aren't some gripes that I have with this movie. There definitely are that I noticed, and I'm starting to see cracks in some Marvel, like the writing in my honest opinion is not that great in this movie. Like hands down, some best performances and really good visual work, but writing is kind of eh. You know, the pacing is a little off as well. I mean, this thing's at a breakneck speed, so that's great, but it kind of loses the rewatchability of it. And apparently, there is a 2 hour 40 minute cut of this movie,
Oh wow!
and yeah, and I'm thoroughly interested in that because Sam Raimi, I would like to see what he would expand upon with this. Or if there is a 2 hour 40 minute director's cut, I want to see why it was cut down. Because there may be a few things is like either it was too dark to show, or there may be a few things it's like, okay, this kind of it doesn't move the story along, so let's cut it. And that's where I'm like, okay, we'll see.
But remember that TikTok that I sent you? I can't remember what day, if it was today or yesterday, about like people in the red carpet about the whole movie and stuff, and how people were that one person was saying that it's all the hints and all the hints are all in the movie or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. I'm sorry. What did I miss?
We're still talking about Multiverse of Madness.
So I'm assuming like if they're saying that means that they're probably stuff that you watched it for the first time and you haven't noticed it or something like that. I don't know. They're promising stuff.
There are definitely some Easter eggs in it that I definitely didn't pick up on. Apparently there's some there are a few throwaway lines. Now there is one that I have noticed nobody else really pick up on, and it's full on spoilers, so I wouldn't want to necessarily, yeah, I wouldn't want to spoil anything with it. And I would wait a week before I bring up that theory, but it does have to do with a particular plot point that we brought, or not plot point, a particular topic that we brought up last. I think it was last episode, which it was a particular director leaving a particular project and what we can look forward, what we can see.
I never did bring up Fast and Furious 10. Actually,
we did not bring it up, and I honestly, it's nothing that surprising to me. If you go based off of what The Rock said, it literally seems like the fact that Paul Walker, after his passing, that Vin Diesel has essentially taken over the franchise. Not that he wasn't getting that way anyways before Paul Walker passed. I think a lot of people are saying that it's kind of gone to his head. And
honestly, I haven't seen Benny D out of anything aside from Fast and Furious in like years.
A long time, yeah. Like aside from Marvel projects as Groot and Groot, and then now I will say this: Riddick's not that half bad of a movie. I thoroughly enjoyed Riddick.
Wow,
I love the shit out of Riddick. But the whole Fast and Furious I'm tired of. Yeah. I love Fast and Furious, but it's time to stop at the movies. Come on, we're gonna go to 10 movies.
Yeah.
It's not
right. Yeah, no,
I'm kind of getting bored of it.
And apparently there's going to be 11 movies, and I'm okay with that.
After
Joe and I, we saw the last one that came out in theaters, and I've stated it before. It was not bad. I mean, it was fun. It was dumb fun, but it was still fun.
Yep.
Tom Hanks with some good eye candy.
No, I enjoyed the last one. I was able to watch it. It's not a bad movie. I just wish there was more racing involved.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. But
like, I'm a sucker for drama and soap opera stuff. But like at some point, I mean, the whole reason why everybody was fans in the first place was because of the racing. So.
And now it's essentially become a drama. I agree.
It became a spy drama, bro. A spy drama. Like, how do you go from racing to being a bunch of spies?
I genuinely do not know. And they were kind of getting that way at Fast 5. It was like, okay, this is kind of going beyond like stealing shit and being really good at driving. This is going to like espionage and spy shit territory. And then they just kept going from there because Fast 5 was popular. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, okay, cool, I guess. You know, whatever. Anyways, on to our first topic for the night. Square Enix has actually officially decided to sell Crystal Dynamics as well as many other divisions. This would include the popular IP Tomb Raider that Square Enix has successfully made into a decent trilogy. I did not finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Honestly, Shadow of the Tomb Raider kind of sucked.
I
Was
fell
not a
off after
fan.
the
I
first
played
game.
I played the first two games. I have not gone to the Shadow one
I
yet.
started Shadow of Tomb Raider thinking I would thoroughly enjoy
Did the
it,
story for
and
the
I
first
enjoyed
one,
some of it. The
but then after
story
that,
is really good in Shadow of Tomb Raider. Like I looked up what the cutscenes and everything was. The story is fantastic. It is just boring ass gameplay. That was the
Right.
only problem. Is
You're
it just became repetitive and boring gameplay.
just like real
And
life.
that's the problem. And also it's Uncharted. At that point I had also recently played through Uncharted as well, and its Uncharted influences was really showing in Shadow of Tomb Raider. Like it definitely was like, oh yeah, this is the Uncharted 4 of our reimagined trilogy. And I'm like, why not make it a fun Tomb Raider game? You don't have to follow Uncharted just because it was popular, you know. And it worked fine for the first two games, all goody goody, I guess. Except the second one. Honestly, go back to what the second one was. The second one was kind of somewhat open world, So was the first one, but this last one. I mean, yeah, there's a few things here and there that you can do, like some side quest, but nothing leads into its own story. Nothing leads into. It is so linear, and that was the problem.
Give me
It
a
doesn't
little
encourage you.
and I'll buy the shit out of it.
Yeah, and that was my biggest problem. So honestly, I would love to see what another studio could do with Crystal Dynamics and Square. Like nothing against Square Enix. I'm thoroughly enjoying the Guardians of the Galaxy game so far. And apparently that's an IP that they're selling as well. They're selling countless IPs as well as subdivisions, and
They want
more
the
power
mighty
to.
NFTs.
They do, and that is a problem. But honestly, I
The
wouldn't
market
mind.
is crashing, right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm thoroughly giddy about that, but that's for a different reason. Anyways, do you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns aside from NFTs? Because that's going to be a whole conversation we're not going to want to do. Do you guys have any thoughts, comments, concerns at all on Square Enix selling IPs and subdivisions?
I
Right
think it's a
now,
good idea. So yeah, that's
Okay.
basically a good idea.
Especially if they can't keep up with them. I mean,
right
Square
now,
Enix
I'm
is.
having a lot of problems. Like I've been keeping an eye out for any information, and right now people are complaining about Square Enix and
Mhm.
most of the games right now. So
Right. Here's the thing. I want something to stomp out Battlefield and Call of Duty and be the next FPS multiplayer online shooter. I'm sorry. I want something other than
Halo
Call of Duty and fucking Battlefield. Halo has desperately tried, but that is an exclusive to
I mean, look at season 2.
PC and
I
Xbox.
mean,
Going until
I mean,
August.
they tried to do that with battle royales, and look how that went.
I mean,
Okay,
Warzone's
getting
not
away
terrible.
from Battle Royale, getting away from loot boxes and battle passes and shit like that.
I was gonna say
Just
Warzone's
make a
not
game.
terrible, but some people
No,
are saying.
Warzone's not god awful. It's just it's overplayed, and it's only so much fun. You eventually run out of fucking fun with that game
And they're
because
like
Yeah,
making
hackers.
Warzone 2 because they can't.
It's a big map, bro. It's a big.
It's too big, and that's not a bad thing. Like you can go for smaller maps and shit, and there's nothing against that. But my biggest problem with Battle Royale, and particularly Warzone, is I can only play a couple matches until I get bored. It doesn't matter if I'm with like 5 friends. I only play a couple matches, and then I'm like, I'm kind of getting done with this shit. Let's either change it up or I'm getting off. I hate to be that guy with my friends, especially if it's friends that I don't get the game with very often. But it eventually
Like
gets to the
me.
point where I'm like, I'd rather fucking play multiplayer or zombies. Let's do
Zombies
something
on
other
me.
than this fucking shit. And that's my problem. That's the other reason why I got out of this shit is I'm like, I'm kind of done. I just don't care anymore. And
I agree with you.
I
That's kind of
sincerely
difficult.
want someone to come up with an original IP, make it fucking fun, make it work, make it last, and you should be okay. You can have
I
your
mean,
own version of zombies. You can have, you can have a
Even
multiplayer.
software used to do all kinds of other games as well as other
Yeah.
studios. Like
Now, granted, go ahead,
Right
Lewis.
now, I know, like, I 100% agree with your idea. I've been saying this even when we stopped just having original games, and I think we're at a point to where if they try to come up with something, people right away are going to jump on. Well, oh, you're copying from COD. Oh, you're copying from Halo. Or people are going to have their like nitpicky like things of like they're already pulling stuff that like kind of like say like this game is copying so and so. But
Right.
I want it to happen. I really badly want someone to out of nowhere blow the whole water in that industry because we need it. We desperately
Now,
need it.
here's the thing with battle royales. I'm not against battle royales. If you have fun with battle royale, fucking go for it. And here's the thing. You can fucking hate me for this right now. Halo would kill with a fucking battle royale right now.
as long as it
If
doesn't
they
go
came out with
Fortnite.
one for Halo, well, yeah, don't go full Fortnite. Don't go full, I mean, you're already doing
Apex.
Battle Pass. Don't go full fucking, do not go full fucking Warzone or Fortnite. But Halo could fucking own a battle royale,
But
especially with
the
Halo.
whole problem with that is it would be more of a Apex type of shit.
And I'm okay with that. Apex Legends is still relatively fun, so assuming that it fucking works half the time. That's beyond the
It's
point.
EA we're
But
talking about here on that one.
that's true. So, like that's my thing is but I don't want it to become the sole focus. Let me be very clear. If I say I want something to have let's say a battle royale or something like that, I don't want that to become the main focus. I want that to be a side thing. It's like, "Oh, you're really liking what we're doing with the multiplayer, or you're really liking what we're doing with insert whatever the fuck it is here. Here's a battle royale that we put time and effort into, and we'll make sure that it continuously upgrades and is ready to play." And I mean, it's like that's what I want. I want something that basically goes to it's something that I can have fun. It's something that like that isn't terribly expensive or is a one-time purchase thing. And I don't want a fucking battle pass. I'm okay with a progression system, but you do not have to make it a fucking battle pass just so you can make money. That's bullshit. I'm done and over with battle passes. Or if you're gonna give me a battle pass, make it a one-time fucking purchase.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir here, man.
It's gonna be hard because then it's gonna like put the sense of like, oh, if it's gonna be a one-time purchase, you're gonna be like also like air quotes one-time purchase, buying membership essentially. So essentially, you're paying monthly for that battle pass. So there's either way.
And
when
that's
you
not a
think about
one-time
it.
purchase.
Well, yeah.
I just wish like
Yeah.
they could
No,
do
it's-
like what MOBAs like Smite do, where you
And like now that I think about it,
they have
like-
a thing with the king, like you want all the characters or something like that. You just pay this amount, and then you get all current and future characters in the game. Not that I'm saying this would be the same thing for COD or something, but yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that's no, you're good. What was it? What were you trying to say, Lewis?
we're at a point, honestly, Christian, especially because of the whole MW2 trailers and stuff. We're heading to that point where, honestly, Activision's like gonna start pulling out old stuff, like they are. Like I guarantee you, if they hit the numbers on this new remastered online version of MW2, which is most likely if they don't screw it up, they're probably going to pull in a remastered Black Ops, a remastered MW2, a remastered.
Well, you also got to remember that MW2 is going to be their last. Like, we're getting one last. I think Modern
hurrah
Warfare
from
2.
them.
Yeah, we're getting one last hurrah from our current version of
COD
Activision.
house, yeah.
and then there's not going to be a COD game till I believe 2024 is what they've said.
And even at
here's
that,
the
it's not
thing.
on Xbox.
I
Here's
imagine
the thing.
Microsoft.
I do
will
not want to
clean
fucking
house.
copy paste of Modern Warfare 2019. I don't think anybody does, because that's stupid. You've done that with the last 2 games, and they've both diminished. They have both equally diminished over time.
You want to know the saddest
Like-
thing?
Yeah,
Because
COD
it-
engine has been based off like all this time off of like a mod engine of the same engine used for Quake Free.
They kept on focusing on
They just kept
Warzone.
redoing the fucking wheel with the engine. Like it's not
Yeah.
a brand new engine every time. It's still like core Quake Free.
well, and that's the thing is like, okay, go back to, okay, look at Black Ops 2 for instance. Look at their multiplayer. Their multiplayer and progression system is, yes, admittedly a little dated, but that doesn't mean that it's not still like if you take the skeleton of that and add some new meat and bones, you can have a really good progression and multiplayer system. It's like it's begging to be updated. You know, you don't, and like that's the part of the thing that made 2019 Modern Warfare so successful, is it was so relatively new. It was so well received. And on top of that, the fucking campaign kicked ass. I will give Cold War that as well. The campaign kicked ass, but then it
Never
became,
finished it yet.
oh, Warzone. Fucking, it became Warzone. It became, oh, here's Call of Duty Vanguard. You know, another yearly fucking release. And it just came to a point where it's like, can I not enjoy a game for a couple of years before you fucking, force a new one up my ass?
They
And that's my
basically
biggest problem.
Can't
stopped doing what they
imagine
do with
reusing
Black
it.
Ops and just brought it out every year. Well, with
Yeah.
Black Ops was a whole. You waited several years for them to come out with a whole new Black Ops game.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we got way off topic. We went from Square Enix
This could
selling
be a-
shit
this
to
could be a
fucking a
super quick.
bitching and moaning session of Activision and Call of Duty. Anyways, on to our next topic. Moon Knight had its series, we don't know yet, finale regardless. And no, it is supposed to be a season. I'm just making a joke because there was a lot of confusion. They were saying up until about a day or so before that this was going to be the season, or no, not the season, the series finale. And then they retweeted something and it said series or season. It had said season. And here's the thing. They teased enough and they left enough open to where I would kill for a fucking season 2.
Apparently,
This was my biggest complaint.
there was going to be an Internals cameo and some other things, but then that got cut.
There was supposed to be an Eternals cameo. I think we were also supposed to have Blade officially fully introduced, like in person, in the flesh. But then I think they realized that that's probably saved best for a movie appearance, not necessarily a TV. That not like most of your Marvel mainstream audience will see a character in a movie. Like I guarantee you, there are people right now that are watching Multiverse of Madness and have never watched any of WandaVision, which is integral to this movie.
That's it.
Yep.
So, and that's the problem. I mean, it's not like you can't get the basic motivation, but beyond that, it doesn't give you this like okay, I'm not the biggest fan of fucking WandaVision. I don't like majority of the
Yeah,
Marvel
it kind of
shows.
fucked up with some things.
They dropped the ball with WandaVision, with
Ralph Boner,
Loki.
for starters.
Ralph Boner was a big thing, but that was probably just going to be a joke. And then everybody's like, oh, wait, they're recasting a lot of people. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Anyways, so here's the thing.
It's
They
almost
dropped
'cause
the
he's
ball with
sexual.
WandaVision. They've dropped the ball with Falcon and Winter Soldier. They dropped the ball with Loki. And I thoroughly enjoyed Loki. When Loki was coming out,
Yeah.
we were fucking talking about it on the podcast. And from what I've told everybody, I thoroughly enjoy Loki. There's some good shit in Loki. The problem becomes it becomes a show that's not about Loki, not about our Loki, not about the Loki that was marketed. It becomes about Sylvie. And that's my only problem, is because they dropped the ball with that. And yeah, it introduces Kang. Fucking phenomenal. I'm down for
Which was the
Kang.
best
I am
thing.
down. That was the best thing of that entire show. So aside from Morbius wanting his fucking jet ski, we're not going to go into that.
Fucking jet ski.
Everybody wants a jet ski. Anyways,
I
so
mean-
that being said,
I
That being
just
said-
want a big fucking monster truck.
Moon Knight, I would say, is probably the best out of all the Marvel shows, because Hawkeye is a good series. It drops the ball a little bit. Like, I think it dropped the ball with how it handled Kingpin and how it's essentially a setup for Echo, who is a character I do not give a shit about, but I will
Haven't heard
probably
of.
watch
Wait,
Echo.
who the fuck is Echo?
Echo's the deaf chick.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's her name?
that's her name. Her name is Echo, and she's getting her own Marvel Disney
Maya,
Plus series.
right.
Yeah, Maya is getting her own series on
Well,
Disney
at least they're
Plus.
gonna give a native fucking series, right?
But yes, no, they've given it a name. It's called Echo. Here's the thing: Echo is supposed to heavily involve Kingpin and possibly Daredevil. All right, I'll see you. We'll see you around, Lewis.
All right, see you later, Lou.
See you here and
All right,
say
buddy.
he's leaving.
Yeah.
We'll see you around, buddy.
Louis.
He only said he was going to be able to stick around for a little bit. But anyways, so yes, that is the only reason why I will most likely be watching anything
And then
involving
the
Echo,
referee.
is because there's most likely going to be Daredevil and Kingpin influences. But then
Yeah, I'm free.
at that point, it ceases to become a fucking Echo show.
Is she
And
supposed
that's
to be
the
a hero
problem.
or
No,
anti-hero?
she's an anti-hero. And I'm kind of tired of that, of introducing these characters that no one gives a shit about. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Not that it hasn't worked before with Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not saying it hasn't. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm saying just what I've seen so far, you're kind of dropping the ball. And I don't see... I know that they have it planned out to a Phase 5, and I would love to see a Phase 5. I think they really need to start considering what they're doing, though, is the problem. They really need to start looking internally and be like, all right, why are people not receiving these as well? Or why are there certain people that are like, okay, this is what I don't like to see from Marvel. You know, like, they've gone on too long. They've lost touch with their fan base. And in some ways they have. I'm not saying they haven't, because they're trying to adapt more modern day comics when they have decades worth of original comics that are just dying to be transferred. But no, they're like, oh no, we want this character, we want this character, we want this rendition of that character, we want, and it's like, and I get it, you can pick and choose, and if you're going to do that, why not choose from the more recent memory? But here's the thing: aside from a handful select people, 90% of your audience does not read comic books. They're just seeing these movies because they love them and they're thoroughly entertaining. And I guarantee you, not one of them has read a fucking comic since watching them.
Well, some of these
Pretty-
people
So-
might go check
Pretty
them out.
much.
Well, some might, but not all. That's not the majority. Most of them be like, oh, cool, new Marvel movie. I'm going to go see that because superhero movies are popular right now, and I like
have been for a
superheroes. And that's the thing, is they're still popular, but they're starting to run thin. We're starting to get the exact opposite of what happened
No, you don't have to if you don't want to.
in the early 2000s, which was superhero films were too niche and they weren't seen very well. And now we're getting the opposite. They're too much. We're starting to see too many. Every studio wants a fucking cinematic universe now. And it's just...
Even the Kellogg cereal does.
Exactly.
Well,
like everything wants a cinematic universe, and Joe, don't give them ideas. But,
Like-
that's the biggest thing. Anyways, onto the Moon Knight series. Here's the thing. Onto the Moon Knight season finale. Thoroughly enjoyed this episode. My complaints still stand as of it was too short.
Yeah.
They really dropped the ball on the ending. Not that I was...
Luckily, it
not
wasn't shown until like the end.
like the very end in a post-credit scene, which I knew as soon as I saw the gloves. I was like, okay, that's Jake Lockley. There's
I
no
was
way
like,
it's
yep,
not.
that's the guy that's actually been doing some of the fighting when Spectre
Yeah,
or
and-
Steven can't cut it.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's cool to see that. It's fantastic to see that. However, you did it so rapidly. You're like, okay, cool, big fight here, there, here. And it's like, cool, action scene here. Particular ist moment here, and it's like, okay, cool, fucking fantastic. And that was an eye roller. Like the action was a lot of fun in this. I like this episode. And I like the fight scenes in it. The action's pretty good. Like I like the fight, like the switching between Mark and Steven and their different personas of the Moon Knight. You know,
How they
like
ended
that
up
was
becoming
awesome.
bros, you know?
I love that. And there's some thoroughly good at moments in this episode, but there's definitely some choppy shit too, where it's like you could have had an emotional moment there, but you decided to insert joke instead. And that's problem. That's a problem I've started to notice with Marvel. Like there's some genuine moments for emotion, and they're like, "Oh shit, we haven't made a joke in 5 seconds. Go." And it's like, "Bro, chill."
I think the whole
Fucking
joking part
chill.
came from the whole Deadpool thing. That's what it came from.
No, it was the thing before Deadpool. Marvel started quipping after Josh Whedon took over. And when Josh Whedon did the Avengers, it seemed like everybody needed to quip. And that was the problem.
Even the Spider-Man.
Well, okay, Spider-Man makes sense to quip. There's a few characters that make sense to quip, like Black Widow making snarky remarks, Captain America making the occasional "I'm old" thing. You know, Tony Stark, a fucking narcissist. Yeah, he'll quip. Yeah. Now, Bruce Banner? No.
Hulk probably.
Hulk probably. But you know, like there's only so much snark that we can take, and there's only so much quipping that we can take. Like that's why Justice League was freaking jarring. It was like this is completely different from what everything else we've seen. You're trying to go too bright, too colorful, too Marvel, too quippy. And that's the problem. Is I've noticed that now with Marvel. They're like, well, we haven't made a quippy joke and or Easter egg reference in the past 5 minutes. Better sacrifice that emotional scene that might come out of it. Fucking let's go. And that's my problem with Marvel now. I'm not hating on Marvel. I'm not.
Kind of say.
I think Marvel's having their
so dark, and there needs to be at least a little bit of color, you know.
I think Marvel's having their up
DC had
and
the
down.
exact opposite happen.
I mean, it's Superman,
Yeah.
at least. Like,
Well, here's the thing: is that's the opposite problem of DC. DC was seen as too dark, and fine, that makes sense. DC has the darker comics. I will agree, but there's a difference between how the Batman did it, and with just Batman, and fucking Superman. Even the animated series knew to keep Superman's more bright and colorful, with Batman being more noir. And the Justice League was still. Man. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They knew when to keep it like dark and gritty and make it fun and colorful. There is a perfect balance. When it comes to something like Justice League, you need something like that. Don't get me wrong. Thoroughly enjoy Zack Snyder's vision of Justice League. This dark, brooding shit. I get it. And like there's some really good character development out of that. And I get it. The world is dark, but you know, that's the problem with Marvel's too light. Don't get me wrong. Multiverse of Madness and certain parts of Moon Knight excluded. They're getting darker. I'll give them that. But you know, Marvel is still relatively too light and quippy and fun, and DC is still trying to either copy that or like, oh no, we can be dark, serious, and foreboding.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta make a phone call.
You're good, buddy. You're good. You're good, buddy. All right. So now there's two. He's gonna make a phone call real quick. But anyways, Joe, you and I are gonna go. We're gonna continue this conversation just because I don't want to talk
on Rust.
No
subscribers.
Fuck you. Anyways, what we're gonna do is I'm still gonna get my rants out of the way. It's nothing against Marvel. I still enjoy Marvel.
Understand. Yeah, DC.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you agree with
dark.
me. DC went too dark. Marvel didn't go dark enough sometimes, and that's the problem. That was a very fucking quick phone call, my friend.
And he probably just had a call drop.
That was a very quick phone call, my friend.
I mean, I was hoping my wife find her phone. That's all.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go into our next topic. Fairy tale. Oh, what's that? You thought it ended? Nope. Think again. Now there is a new arc with the 100-year quest. And Gallows, you're going to take this shit over because I don't watch Fairy Tale.
All right. So So basically, the whole thing with Fairy Tale is that it's basically my friends give me power type of shit.
Mhm.
Friendship brings power.
So edgier and less furry version of
My
My
Little
Little
Pony.
Pony.
Yeah, basically. With magical, with some badass magical powers. I don't really know much about the 100-year quest, but I guess basically what in the name they go on a quest that takes about 100 years to fucking do, and I guess Nashu's going to try to knock that out in 50 or less. And I guess they're going to be using their new abilities, upgrades on their abilities and shit.
Mhm.
Basically, they were supposed to be done with the last season they made it was actually the name of the last season was Fairy Tale the Final Season. Legit.
Mhm.
That's it. But they're like, since everybody really liked it and everybody really wants to watch the 100-year quest to come out, let's do the 100-year quest shit. So I guess that's where they're going.
Gonna happen, huh?
Yeah. So what I'm really hoping comes out with this series is that it's good, at least, and that they finally fucking have Natsu and Lucy fucking fall in love with each other or some shit like that. Because they already have Gray and fucking Julia, Gaggio and Levy. Now all we need is fucking Natsu and Lucy to fall in love with each other. You know the main thing I hate about main protagonists? They're dumb as shit to relationships. They never know when a chick is hitting on them or likes them. That shit always pisses me off about series. About anime itself.
Right.
I mean, I'm a protagonist, I guess,
basically.
so, too, because I don't know nothing about romance. People hit on me.
Anyways, before Joe gets into his sad, hello darkness, my old friend. Anyways, before he gets into that method, we're gonna go ahead and go into our next topic.
Yeah.
Our next topic is we have
Go.
our official second trailer for Jurassic World Dominion. And shut up and take my money. You've already got my fucking ticket. I'm sorry. You've thoroughly piqued my curiosity. I was already on the fence about this movie, and it seems like I'm still probably going to be. But you've shoved that old cast in my face. I'm sorry. Jeff Goldblum also saying, "You made a promise to a dinosaur?" I'm sorry. That's genuinely funny to me, and I'm thoroughly entertained. I'm going to be thoroughly entertained to see how much he basically makes fun of the whole idea of this. Is like, I'm entertained.
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
thoroughly curious.
I like Jurassic Park. I just don't like it that much. All right. I just thought after the
and this
first
is
two
supposed to be
movies they were gonna be
final
done with
movie.
it, but I guess they're going for a third one like the Jurassic Park before it did. The first two movies were great of it, but then the last one kind of sucked. That's what I heard. It kind of fucking was bad.
It's not a good movie in my personal opinion. It is really fucking stupid. Some of the character decisions are beyond fucking stupid, and we're gonna just end it at that. So here's what I will tell you. You can hate me for this. Jurassic World, Jurassic Park: The Lost World is not the lowest in the series, but it's definitely number 2. Jesus fucking Christ, do I not like that movie. It's annoying. I'm sorry. It just is. It's thoroughly annoying. It's too fucking long, and literally the only entertaining part of that, aside from Jeff Goldblum, who does get on my nerves in that movie, is the T-Rex in San Francisco scene. I'm sorry. That's the only good part of that entire movie. And you fucking fail to make me realize otherwise. There's one other good scene. The fucking glass. Like the trailer hanging over the thing and her on the glass. They're thoroughly good ass scene. 100% fantastic. Good scene. You can hate on Jurassic Park 3. It is a bad movie. At least it's a short movie.
Life itself is pretty short. So obviously.
Exactly. Give Jurassic Park 3 some more respect, because while it may be a really bad movie, at least it knows when to fucking shut up and get over with it. At least it's only an hour and a half. Whereas, Lost World is 2.5 hours.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think they could have done better with the last movie of Jurassic Park. They could have done a lot better with that one.
Fallen Kingdom should have been a lot shorter too, and I would have been okay with it. But and also here's the thing: the marketing is what I think pissed a lot of people off with Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, is because you're finally fulfilling the title of Jurassic World. You're finally letting the dinosaurs in our real world. That's all the marketing, right? Like, oh shit, we're gonna see all this shit. The last 5 minutes of the movie, and it's a fucking montage with voiceover.
I hate montages. The biggest thing about movies I hate the most are montages.
I'm not against montages, but like last minute montages to like wrap up the movie because there's so much you got to show. Fuck that.
What's so good about a montage? I've never understood that.
It's to really here in layman's terms, the whole idea of a montage relays shitloads of information in a short amount of time and keeping the audience still relatively engaged without expositing everything. You can do a montage right. Like, okay, love or hate half the shit from the 80s. They knew how to fucking do their montages. Granted, 90% of them were workout montages. Rocky is a good example. Karate Kid is a good example.
Rocky is a good example.
Exactly. It shows a progression of time. It shows a character progressing thoroughly throughout the story, getting better at whatever they're training for, whatever they're preparing for. And it shows visually, instead of you having a character saying, oh yeah, so I sat down and did this, it just like listing off shit. That's why I would much rather take a montage, if you can do it well, over exposition. But there is an antithesis to that. If you have to fucking narrate over a montage, I'm sorry, you've lost me. Not that it can't be done well. It can.
It really can be done well. But in certain movies,
9 times out of 10, it's just not done well. And that's my problem with it. So, and I'm not saying that a montage can be done entirely visually and it still make no sense. It can. There is one in particular, it's like, wait, hold on, we're already fucking here kind of thing. In Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, where there is essentially like 5 fucking edits and then we're already to the next action scene, and it's like, I'm sorry, we're already here. The fuck? It's like, yeah, it's definitely made me, I was like, okay, we're already doing this. Not that I needed, like 5 minutes explaining, or not that I needed 5 minutes of showing everything that's going to happen. God, no. But really, in 5 cuts, we're already to the next point in the story. Like, bruh, no. Like, it's weird. But anyways, so that's my, thank you for joining my ranting TED Talk about the Jurassic Park movies. First one still holds up, but still has some stupid moments. You can fucking fight me for it. Get over your fucking nostalgia. It's not a perfect fucking movie.
Watching, I'm sorry that he bitches and complains about a lot of things in life.
I do bitch and complain about a lot of things in life. This is my vice, and you who are watching have decided to watch. So, you get to listen to me bitch and moan. You don't like it? Leave. Anyways, on to our next topic, and we were hoping Seth would be here for this because he is our resident Sonic nut. But Sonic Prime, the new animated Sonic show, is heading to Netflix. I've seen a 5-second trailer. I have seen a 5-second trailer and a title card, and I don't care. I'm sorry. It could be really good, but Netflix is circling down the drain at the moment, and I'm thoroughly watching with glee.
What's Sonic Boom?
And shedding a tear. Well, here's the thing. I'm shedding a tear simultaneously while watching and giggling with glee at Netflix cycling the drain. The reason why I'm shedding a tear is because there's actually some decent fucking quality shows in there in the
mix.
Anime? In anime, yeah. I'll shed a tear for
although it's sometimes hit or miss.
Yeah. Anyways, so like Cobra Kai, great example. I'm gonna be sad to see that go because YouTube dropped that, and I doubt very seriously anybody else is gonna pick it up. That's gonna be sad to go. The
I thought they
Witcher, I
already
could
finished
see
all the
HBO. No, they're wrapping it up. They got one more season and they're done. Or like 2 more seasons. They got 1 or 2 more seasons and then they're done. So you have that, and then you also have The Witcher, who honestly I could see HBO picking up. That would
HBO
be, you
will
know,
do good
that
with
could
Witcher
help.
since it's all greedy and shit.
Well, that's the thing is, if Netflix goes away and they have to start selling their IPs, they could sell The Witcher to HBO, and I think HBO would do it justice. Because you
Speaking
can
about
get the
going away,
subscriber base from that. Go ahead.
I have something for our last like just bring up a random conversation type of thing.
What's up?
Or Snodacast. I have something for it. I just realized this.
What's going on?
So I'm telling you that for Snodacast, I have something to talk about, and I want to know you guys' opinion about it.
Go ahead.
It's really super important too.
Okay.
It's about Cartoon Network. Supposedly that Cartoon Network is supposedly there was
rumors going around that they were going to cancel. They were going to get rid of Cartoon Network.
Yeah, basically.
Here's the thing is, okay, granted, well, I have outgrown Cartoon Network. I'm not going to deny that.
Not all of
It
this
still
shit.
has Warner
Still
Brothers
has
money.
content.
And here's the thing is, if Adult Swim still exists, I guarantee you Cartoon Network is going to too. I don't think Cartoon Network's going anywhere anytime soon. Now, granted, with streaming, it may become its own subsection on HBO Max. Don't know. I know that a lot of Cartoon Network
I wish
Oh,
shows are
HBO
on
Max
HBO.
could get Boomerang though.
Well, Boomerang, that's just because you're going through the back catalog of all the classic Warner Brothers cartoons. The Hanna-Barbera, the Looney Tunes, all that fun stuff. Yeah, all the back catalog of Hanna-Barbera. And don't get me wrong, I thoroughly loved watching Boomerang when I had nothing better to do and I just wanted to sit back and turn my brain off.
Watch myself some Tom and fucking Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, fucking
Looney Draw,
Baby Looney Tunes.
They never
Carlos
really played
John's
Looney
a
Tunes on
Penelope
Boomerang, though.
Dog.
I noticed that. They never played Looney Tunes on Boomerang.
Yeah, they did.
Not very often.
Not often. It was very rare. They were more likely to play like Snoopy Dogg or Space Ghost.
They've been kind of getting rid of some of that when I last watched Boomerang on somebody's TV.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways, you guys ready to go to our next topic?
I don't know. I don't want to go to It's dark. It's dark, Dad.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. I'm gonna kick you into the fucking dark pool, and we're gonna call it a day. Our next topic is, speaking of darkness, we have our official trailer for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to do there, but anyways, hello there. Yes, I am thoroughly entertained. I'm thoroughly interested in this show. Now, they have released the rating, and this is not a TV-14 or TV-PG show. This is actually the lowest rated, being TV-Y7 out of the live-action Star Wars stuff. And that makes me just a smidge nervous.
Why?
Not because Y7 couldn't do great. I mean, Clone Wars got away with a lot at TV Y7. However, here's my problem. This is a live action show, and it's our first time seeing. I think it's going to be fine regardless. However, I just have my nerve. I already have my doubts seeping in about this because of how Book of Boba Fett was handled. And how they're handling a lot of this stuff is I don't know, man. I'm getting nervous about it, and this is only a limited series too.
Probably a bit different. I think with Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be a lot different.
Oh no, I agree too. I'm just saying it is going to be a limited 6 episode event, and we're getting the first 2 episodes on the 27th.
Yep, that is true.
So these better be hour-long episodes, or I'm out. I'm sorry. They at least need to be 50-minute episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
If they are not at the very least 50 to 58, if they are not at least an hour long, I'm sorry, you've lost me. because that's some bullshit. You can't tease me with Kenobi and just expect me to stay there for much longer. I barely watch
like
Disney
5
Plus
minutes.
as is. Only time I really am watching Disney Plus is really to get like their Marvel shit out of the way, or 9 times out of 10 it's like something Star Wars related. That's the only reason why I have Disney Plus right now. I don't really like sit back and watch their new movies, or I don't really sit back and watch their back catalog. I really don't use it at all because
It's
Hulu has the
sad.
better shit. I'm sorry, Hulu has the better back catalog. They just do. But what are y'all's thoughts on this Kenobi trailer? I think it was good.
I don't want
I
to
did
be turned
too.
around.
I thought the
All
Kenobi
for
trailer
it.
was good too. I
Yeah.
did. I think
What were you saying? Okay.
they can. I just really hope that they don't do the thing what they do with Boba Fett, because there's so much shit. There's so much stuff going on with that people didn't like and stuff. Didn't like about it and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It stopped feeling like a Star Wars show and more
Yeah.
like a fan fiction with Boba
Yeah.
Fett. And the problem is they essentially made. I mean, you can go back and watch our old episodes where we were all gushing about the current episodes, like, "Oh, this was a really good episode. I'm thoroughly entertained to see what they do with it." You know, and here's the thing: is it stopped being a Boba Fett show after a point. It essentially became Mandalorian season 2.5. And then of course you have elements of like, okay, this is a Boba Fett that's supposed to be maybe in his like mid to late 30s, whereas Tamara Morrison, love or hate him, he looks like he's in his 60s.
Getting closer
I'm
to it.
sorry, he does. He looks like he's in his, and I think Tamara Morrison is in his 70s. He looks too old, and that's the problem. Is if they would have made this about 20 years ago, then yeah, maybe it would have worked. Or like not 20, but at least 10, 15 years ago. Or if he was like 10 to 15 years younger, he could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
But, the other thing too is they could have just recasted him. They could have recasted Boba Fett and still had Tamara Morrison's voice. But the other problem is it's not fucking Boba Fett. It's
Why?
not. It's Boba Fett. If you think about it canonically, where this show takes place, Boba Fett, by the time he gets out of there, is still thinking it's like 2 or 3 days later, right? He doesn't know how much time has passed. And granted, it's only been maybe a few weeks. Fair. So here's the problem. I think it's maybe been a year. I think he maybe stayed in there for a year or two tops. And it's cool that he literally clawed out of the fucking Starlight Pit. Fantastic, right?
More to like Legends.
Here's the thing. Is he should be in his 30s, because at the very least Boba Fett was in his like mid to late 20s, early 30s. So canonically in the show, he should be in his 30s. He's too old.
Could have been like 30.
But he doesn't act. He doesn't act like Boba Fett. Boba Fett was a fucking feared name. He was a ruthless fucking bounty hunter who was not, like, literally, he was known for disintegration. Darth Vader had to specifically point at him when he was getting fucking Han Solo. No disintegration. Literally, had to point at his ass. Be like, no disintegration. I know what you do. So that is genius. And on top of that, he was working for fucking Baba, or for Jabba.
But
not
Jabba
exactly the friendliest. Yeah, not exactly the friendliest fucking person in the world or in that galaxy. Not the friendliest thing in the galaxy, right? Obviously, a huge fucking gangster. He was fucking chicks left and right. I mean, you name it. This guy was a fucking monster. He would have been easily the most despicable character. But no, they want Boba Fett to be a marketable character. So, no, he's all about tribe. He's all about, and it's like, no. Realistically, if Boba was captured, he would have found the easiest way to kill every single one of those Tusken Raiders and get the fuck out. He wouldn't have spent 5 years. Exactly. You know, he wouldn't have spent 5, however long years.
It was 5
there.
years.
It was like 5 years with those fucking people, and
That's fine.
that's all fine and good.
The whole thing, to me, the whole thing that they took with the whole Boba Fett direction was that Boba Fett was old.
35 and Empire
Boba Fett
Strikes
was
Back.
old. And he was already out of the game for so long, and he didn't think he could get back in the game.
You do realize that Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian and shit only take place like 5 years after the end of Return of the Jedi, right?
Oh yeah, so he would have been.
I bet.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. That's why I kind of feel like that's where.
And I mean, you can make him out of the game. You can make him to where he's like, no, I want to move on from that life. You can make it to where that happens. Fucking fine and dandy. But they also made him a fucking idiot. Like, bro, you're all up. You are essentially taking over a criminal empire. A criminal empire, mind you. You're not going to win them over with kindness. You are going to have to fucking show some ruthlessness. Like, oh, I don't know, killing the fucking assassin that was sent to fucking destroy you?
That, I think he should have did. That part, I agree with you.
Blow his ass up.
I like Black Chrysanthemum as much as the next person. But Jesus Christ, that's so fucking stupid to keep him in there. Also, Boba should have been dead after that fucking fight. Wookiees can fucking kill people, dude. Wookiees
can rip arms off and shit.
Yeah, they can rip arms off and shit. We hear bones fucking crack. He takes not only a fucking bare knuckle punch, it has fucking electrified claws on said knuckles. He takes that to the face. His fucking jaw should have been missing.
That's very true. Boba Fett should have died.
He's fine. He should have been killed.
Also, like, Wookiees, like, almost do not use their claws at all because
exactly.
And I don't know if it's still canon, but it's like if you use your claws and you're a Wookiee, that means you're going feral.
Right. I don't know if that's canon or not either.
Yeah.
But you know, like, that's the biggest thing is I think Disney is starting to. Nothing against Dave Filoni, nothing against Jon Favreau. I thoroughly still enjoy these shows, but you're starting to fucking show your cards. And you work better with. Here's the thing: you work better with original characters, and now it seems like when you're trying to introduce original, or when you're trying to introduce already, all these characters that have already been introduced, that have already essentially had their own story plots. Like, it's cool to see Boba Fett, and here's the thing: when he first shows up in Mandalorian season fucking 2, it's fucking Boba Fett. But then apparently, no, that was him acting irrationally. And that was him acting out of character. And then by the time the show comes around, it's like, they should be paying me. Well, apparently they're not. All right, well, I'm going to talk to them. It's like, bitch, no. Boba Fett be like, so I heard you're not paying me. You have 5 seconds to comply before I shoot your head off.
Or turn him into ash,
Exactly. Like, bruh. Anyways, so the Kenobi trailer looks great. I can't wait to see Hayden Christensen. Cannot wait to see Daddy Ewan McGregor.
He'll be the body, but who's gonna do the voice?
I know. I'm fairly certain it's still gonna be James Earl Jones doing the fucking voice, my guy. Also, here's the thing: is I don't think Darth Vader is gonna be more than a fucking cameo. Maybe an extended, like, last minute cameo. Like, I think he's gonna be the last episode, and then that's it. I'm sorry. You can try to convince me otherwise. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
You're wrong, though.
I hope I'm wrong. But I have a feeling. I just have a feeling. Anyways,
I think there's going to be
our next topic.
Oh, you don't want me to.
Oh, no, it's a limited series. So it's only going to be these 6 episodes, and that's it. What were you saying, Joe?
I was saying, I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be. Oh wait, I should probably stop.
Anyways, on to our next topic. We have our first official trailer and looks at Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al Yankovic in the movie Weird: The Al Yankovic Story, coming directly to our beloved Roku channel, because that's the place I want to fucking watch this movie.
I'll be able to watch it.
I will be too. That's the thing. I'll be able to watch it, unfortunately.
I have Roku.
Everybody has, almost everybody that has a smart TV, either they have a Fire Stick, they have a Google TV, or they have a fucking Roku. Prove me wrong.
You're right.
Thank you. Or they have Fire Stick is Amazon. Anyways, so like,
Bitch, though.
I saw this trailer. I'm thoroughly intrigued. I did not realize that Weird Al had such a. I mean, it's the typical rock star thing, so fair enough. But I am interested to see like what went on behind the scenes with Weird Al because he rarely ever talks about it. So I'm interested to see what they can do. And honestly, Daniel Radcliffe is not a bad. He's not a bad actor to choose this. However, the only problem I have is, if I'm not mistaken, Weird Al's like 6'3", and Daniel Radcliffe is like 5'10".
He's about as tall as me. Barely.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is about 5'10", and I think Weird Al is like 6'3", 6'4". Weird Al's really fucking tall. So I'm curious how they're going to do that. Yeah, Weird Al's pretty tall, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's the lankiness. I genuinely have no idea. Which, by the way, if any of you have never seen UHF, highly recommend UHF. It is fucking hilarious.
On Amazon
it is
Prime.
so fucking funny. I love it to death.
What the fuck is it?
It's Weird Al Yankovic's movie.
Who the hell is that?
Weird Al Yankovic? You don't know who Weird Al is?
I don't know.
Okay,
He's like the parody king.
We need to stop the podcast. We need to educate gals here.
Yeah.
What? There's no baseball bat or nothing behind my back. No.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sure if we know.
Okay.
I'm sure if we showed him a picture. No, okay. So Weird Al is only 6 foot.
Still pretty fucking tall though.
Now Daniel Radcliffe is not 6 foot. I can tell you that. Daniel Radcliffe is 5'5".
And
They literally chose someone that's 5 inches shorter. That's going to be entertaining.
interesting.
Anyways,
he's probably got to
it's
wear
gonna
some
be
platforms.
No, I think they'll just do some like blocking stuff, and we'll go from there.
Kind of
But-
like how you do when you get on Snodacast, right?
No, I sit down in a chair. You can kiss my ass, Joe. Anyways, any thoughts,
I don't
comments,
think I-
concerns on this trailer?
Wait,
I'm actually
clean it.
thoroughly I thought it was good.
I thought it was good too. I liked
I
it.
just finally noticed it's freaking
Mhm.
dark outside.
All
I
right,
think the show's gonna be good. I really hope it does be good.
it's a
If
movie.
not, then they just. Oh well, the movie. I hope it really is good. The movie, but if not, then they just ruined the whole fucking Star Wars and Star Wars livelihood with that shit.
We're talking about Weird Al Yankovic movie. We're done with Kenobi.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're talking about the Weird Al Yankovic movie.
Oh, my bad.
You seriously don't know who Weird Al Yankovic is?
No, I do not know who Weird Al Yankovic is. If I heard
Dude.
if I heard a dude's name like that, I would fucking
Literally has
know who
like
the fuck that
some
is.
of the funniest fucking parodies. He's like the king of
Music.
parody of music.
Name me
parody.
one parody. Name me one parody. I probably recognize him then.
I Bologna.
Freaking Eat It instead of Beat It.
Fat
He did
instead of
like
know.
a surgeon instead of like a virgin.
or like fat like Michael Jackson's Bad.
Yeah,
you know?
instead of bad, it was fat. Another
Don't worry,
one
there wasn't too many
was
fat jokes involved.
there was plenty. No, there was another one is like he actually got in a lot of trouble with it. Instead, he did Amish Paradise, which is a parody of Gangster's Paradise.
Which may have been from.
Do you not remember White and Nerdy instead of Riding Dirty?
No, I do not know any of those.
You do
fucking
not know.
things.
They see me
He also
mowing
did Royals.
my
and
front
which was, like,
lawn. I know
Oh!
they're all
Like-
thinking that I'm white and nerdy. They could just do White and Nerdy. You don't know that song?
he did a
No, I did not know that
parody
song.
of Lord's Royals.
Look up. Yeah, he did. He did do. He also did, instead of Party in the USA, it was Party in the CIA.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah. Anyways, check out Weird Al if you haven't, i.e. fucking Gallows. Check out Weird Al. He's
I
really
will.
funny. He's really funny. And any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this trailer?
I think it might be good.
I think so too. All right, on to our final topic for the night, and then we're gonna get off. I know we've been talking about it a lot lately, but apparently, yeah, God of War. There's a lot of theories going around that God of War is going to be delayed till this year, and that makes sense. However, when is the biggest question. We don't know yet, but I'm still thoroughly interested in this game. I still need to beat the first one, but you know, I'm
You never
interested
played
in
the first. Yo, hold on. You never
I
played the first God of
played
War
it.
game?
It's not that I haven't played it. I haven't beaten it. There's a
We're talking
difference.
about the new one or the original? Which one we're talking about?
We're talking about Dad of Boy.
Boy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we're talking about the first one in the like Norse, the Norse trilogy. We're talking about the one that precedes this newest one coming out.
I was gonna
So,
say everybody's played it.
Yeah, I've played it. I have played it. I have yet to finish it. There is a difference. And yeah, I'm thoroughly still intrigued by this game. I want it to come out, but I don't want it to come out rushed. So what do you guys
I
think
don't
about
either.
it possibly
Or
being
worse,
delayed till this year?
This is the Ryan Hurst 4. We're having to fight against. Should have had something.
Anyways,
I don't want this to come out rushed either. I think
no, I don't
as long as they work on it really good, it'll come out good. But if not, then they're gonna just ruin the whole fucking series altogether. From what I've seen from the trailers and everything, the game looks looks great. A bigger map, a bigger open world, several new worlds to visit.
Right.
And yeah, basically. I just really hope this game comes out fucking great.
Yeah, and I also hope it comes out as soon as it needs to.
Yes.
No later, no more.
Hope that the voice actor who plays Kratos is doing good and nothing happened.
Every time we hear
I agree.
boy
We're gonna
again,
keep this vague.
Just take one drink.
Hold on.
Boy, don't let it go to your head, boy.
Sorry.
You want to see the?
My bad for that cringe.
You want to see sketches from like funny sketches for God of War?
No, we're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna go to any further than that. I believe we're gonna go ahead and knock it off right here. My phone is dying. Not that I'm on my phone, but also I gotta get up early in the morning, and I feel like we've talked about as much as we're gonna talk about. So I have been your host of the Snodacast, Blackshot56, and I have been joined by Gallows. And the bitch boy that refuses to show his face, aka Joe. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, why don't you get up out of your chair and let's talk about it?
You want to go?
I will love to see that.
Maybe
I will love to see that after them.
We could.
I really would.
Well,
But
threats
I would
of
love to get
violence
some
aside,
tonight.
we're gonna go ahead and end this shindig. I've been your host, Blackshot56. This has been Snodacast, episode 19, and I will see you all later.